This is the iPhone 4, released back in June of 2010, over a decade ago. The question is, can it still be usable in 2020? Let's find out. I'm not going to be talking about specs in this video because you already know that. But what you want to know is the experience. Is this totally usable in 2020? And can it be used as somebody's daily driver? So let's find out. So let's first talk about the display. The display is a 3.5 inch Retina display, which, is okay. It is Apple's Retina display, so it is almost as good as the iPhone 11, surprisingly. It has the same pixel per inch as the iPhone 11. And, it's a little shy of 720p, but it's not the end of the world. Colors are pretty good, and you can read text pretty crisp. But yeah, it's not too bad. The biggest problem, and I repeat, the biggest problem of this display is the size. It's not the resolution or the pixels per inch, it's the size. This thing is just so small that, like, it's so small, like, really. You can't really look at anything with this thing. It's almost unusable to use a phone this small. So let's do a size comparison. So I got the iPhone 4 here, and I got my current daily driver, the Galaxy S20. This phone is considered a compact phone in today's world, all right? Let's compare it to the iPhone 4, and yeah. Also turn around, and you can see the display. This basically fits right in the middle of this phone. It's that small. Also compare it to a Galaxy S10 Plus here. And again, look at the size difference here. It's ridiculously small compared to a Galaxy S10 Plus. The brighter side of things, the size might actually be a good thing for you. If you've been wanting a very compact phone, this is it right here. Like, this is so compact. I mean, you can fit this in your pocket easily, no problem. Yeah, it's one of the most compact phones ever. So, I mean, if that's a good thing for you, then yeah, this is very pocketable and portable. So if you really like portable devices and pocketable devices, you'll like this phone. So let's talk about the build quality. The build quality on the iPhone 4 is A1, all right? Stainless steel sides, glass on the back and the front. It's premium, all right? This phone screams premium. And in most cases, could be even more premium than the Galaxy S20 from 2020, all right? Because this has aluminum sides and not stainless steel. It's very premium, and yeah, this phone is probably one of the most premium devices I've ever held it in my hand. Only less premium than the iPhone 11, but very premium device. And this phone also had, I think, what it was called a Tenagate back in the day, where you would hold the phone and it would lose cell service. I'm not sure if that's still a thing to this day, but that is something to point out, that if you hold the phone tight, at like right here, it would lose cell service. I don't have a SIM card to test that with, but yeah, that's something to look into. So let's talk about the performance. It's snappy, I guess. It's definitely not the quickest phone in the world. Like, there is lag if you can look for it, but it really isn't that bad. Loading the stock applications are fast and snappy, just like if it was brand new. So there's a delay, but at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world. See, there's a little delay with the camera, but the performance is pretty good. Let's talk about some games now. Performance in games is pretty bad. Like, you can play Subway Surfers or Geometry Dash Light, or maybe Plague Inc. or Slither IO. These like very light games, but this ain't running Call of Duty Mobile. This ain't running PUBG. This ain't running any of those AAA games ever. You're gonna be playing Color Switch or these little, like, Temple Run. That's a perfect game to play. You're not gonna be playing very intensive games on this device at all. So let's talk about software support. This phone in particular, if we go to About, we can see is running iOS, let's see here, 7.1.2. So pretty much trying to find apps that are supported is the biggest problem with this phone. It's not the camera, it's not the performance, it's not the build quality, it's not the battery life, it's none of that, which makes this phone bad. The problem is software. This is not getting any more updates, and apps just aren't supported at all anymore. So for an example, here's YouTube, and it's requiring an update, as you can see. Problem being, I can't update it because it's not supported anymore. So this is as far as you're going to get. You're going to have to use the web browser for YouTube, which is pretty bad. Let's just admit it. The only social media app that I see that works is Instagram. Instagram works sometimes. Like, it's very laggy, but it does work. Like, it's pretty bad, but Instagram does work though. So if you wanted to, yeah, just refresh, as you can see. But if you really want to, you can use Instagram. I wouldn't suggest it, but you can use Instagram. But pretty much every other social media app will not work. So let's talk about battery life. Battery life is meh. It's not the worst battery I've ever used, but it's definitely far from the best battery I've ever used. Yeah, you're getting like 3 to 4 hours on a charge on this thing. And the camera, let's lastly talk about the camera. The camera is meh, like hot garbage, to be honest. If you really wanted the camera upgrade, the 4S is really what had the huge camera upgrade for the iPhone. The iPhone 4, I believe, still had the same camera as the 3GS. It's, listen, bro, very bad. Pixelated. No, this camera is very bad. It's not the worst camera I've ever used. That award goes to the Amazon tablet I just reviewed. Don't forget to watch that video. It's on the channel. That has the worst camera of any mobile device I've ever used. This is a close second, though. So is the iPhone 4 usable in 2020? And the answer is it depends. See, the build quality and everything about this phone is amazing. I love this phone. The performance is pretty good. The camera is meh. The battery life is meh. But the biggest letdown of this phone is the software. The software support is what lets this phone down and is the reason why I cannot suggest it. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Don't forget the like button. Don't forget the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. And with that being said, peace out.